everyone, and welcome to another double feature MCU trivia match. Always an exciting time, especially as we rear into the final rounds of our tournament. We got two matches today. The first one here between three people who really clawed and fought their way to this spot, and whoever wins this will be in our tournament final. It's a very quick tournament. It's been taking place over a long period of time, but I am riding solo today. Kelsey had real life things to do, but I'm got the doc approved by Kelsey. She helped with the questions as always. So she is very much present in this match, even if I'm the only voice that you guys get to sadly hear behind the mic. But let's get to it. Our first match, we have Chad, Tyler, and Alec, who all, as I said, won their first matches to get here. They won a triple threat match, and Alec won his 1v1 versus David to get into this match, so it's very exciting. So let's bring him in. Starting off with a record of 1 win and 4 defeats and 3 knockouts, it is Pizza Poppa, Chad Webb. Pizza Poppa, how's it going?
Yeah, I'll be up there in a sec. Hey, Dylan. Yeah, you called me to be on one of these MUC matches. Is that what you call these things?
Sure, we can call it that. Welcome back, Chad. It's great because, we're coming off of your first win. You had a very tough 2 years of really trying to get that victory. You actually knocked out someone in your match. Even if you didn't win it, you still had a knockout in a losing match. You're the only person ever to knock out someone and still lose a match. And then you came back gun swinging and fists swinging, whatever swinging you're doing, pizza slinging, I guess. And you won your first match, and now you get to be here. How are you feeling, Chad or Pizza Poppa, as we head into this?
When I slinging around pizzas all day, I find new ways to lose. Apparently, so maybe I could find new ways to win. I don't know, but it is what it is. Pizza is my trade. Pizza is my love, and maybe MUC can also be a love as well. We'll see.
There we go. Yeah, well, the best of luck for you, Chad or Pizza Poppa, as we head into this match. Introducing next with a record of 1 win, 0 defeats. You saw him in the free-for-all. You saw him a few months ago in the final match for this first round. Now he's here in the second round. It is Sinister, Alec Miller. How's it going, Alec? Welcome back.
It's going good. Hoping to continue this little. That was that match against David. That was a tough match. So I'm just hoping that I can make the champ proud. My fellow stablemate, Tato, and make him proud. Right. So, let's get to it.
Yeah, that's right. You're part of the Secret Tunnel faction. Obviously, you're playing against Chad, who's just kind of emerging with his faction. So it's going to be very exciting. Introducing next another competitor who is not part of a faction, but did have a very monumental first match here in the tournament with a record of 1 win, 0 defeats, and 2 knockouts in a single match. It is Tyler T-Rex Burch. How's it going, Tyler?
It's going good. I'm excited. I haven't played either of them before, so I'm really excited for it. And I've now seen season 2 finale of Loki, so I feel prepared.
There you go. Yes, we're for the sakes of the tournament, we are stopping at 2024. Then when the tournament's over, we will indoctrinate all those new stuff that came out this year, like Echo and X-Men 97 and all that into the league. But for this, it is just up to 2023, December 2023, and we have 3 great competitors here. And any last comments before we get started, guys? Are we ready to go?
No,
cool. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. So I'll ask you, Pizza Pop, are you ready?
Yeah. I can do this all day.
Okay. Tyler, are you ready?
Yep.
And Alec, are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so let's get into the rules of round number 1. Players will be asked 10 questions. You will have 15 seconds. You will write them. You'll speak them. Each question is a point. If you get 10, you'll be asked an 11th. If you get all those, it's a perfect round. Keep your hands on screen. Players have 3 time ice if you need more time, if you want to hear the question again, and 1 Mjolnir if you want to challenge the ruling of a question or the way a question was asked, or just for clarification or anything. Feel free to use that. If you're successful, you'll hold on to it, and if you're not, I will steal that Mjolnir away from you, and you will not be able to use it for the rest of the match. So this is normally when I would ask everyone if they're ready. I did it in the wrong order, but they all said they were, so we're going to get to it. I just need to find my pen. Here we go. Keep score. Question 1. Here we go. The semifinal match in the realm of Phase 1. What Game of Thrones and Harry Potter alum plays the Tower Keeper in Captain America: The First Avenger? We sometimes like to add a little context clues for other realms of knowledge. These guys are very knowledgeable across all fields. So So if you don't know the movie, you could at least maybe narrow down who is in both of those franchises.
I think it'd be impossible without those franchises being mentioned.
Might be difficult. We'll see. 3 very good competitors, so I would not be surprised if we pull it. All right, ready? 5, 4, 3.
Let me get a repeat, please.
All right, Pizza Poppa using his first of 3 repeats. And the question, what in Phase 1, what Game of Thrones and Harry Potter alum plays the Tower Keeper in Captain America, the First Avenger? I would love to see it like a crossover multiverse of franchises. I don't think it'll ever happen, but see wizards versus like Thanos. Be very interesting. I guess we do see wizards in the MCU. Different kinds of wizards though. No wands. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's see. Chad, what did you get?
I think it might be who plays in the Fedora Tonks, but I couldn't remember her name, so I said Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane is incorrect. That's okay. Tyler, what did you get?
David Bradley.
It is David Bradley. Alec, what do you got?
I have it.
All right, so Tyler taking a 1-point lead, but it's okay. It's only the first question.
got that.
As we move on to question 2. Question 2 in Phase 2. Name both of the MCU films that released in 2014. Gotta name both. I almost asked how many, but I feel like that's past your all 3 of these guys' pay grades. So we're getting even more specific. You gotta name the 2. In honor of the retrospective that's going on this month here on the channel, we're throwing it back to 2014. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, we're going to go to Tyler first. Tyler, what do you got?
Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
That is correct. And Alec, what do you got?
Thank you. Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I had to hurry up at the end.
That is correct. You're good. You're good. I see it. And Chad, what do you got?
Yeah, I had the same thing. Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right. So now we move on to question 3. Everyone's on the board in the realm of Phase 3. Question here in Phase 3. How many post-credit scenes play at the end of Avengers Infinity War? So if you've been doing that studying and you're skipping those post-credits, we'll see how it comes back to bite or maybe help the competitors today. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to go to Alec first.
I said 1.
1 is correct. Just 1 post-credit scene with Maria Hill and Nick Fury. Chad, what do you got?
I could have sworn that Infinity War had 0.
It's got the disappearance of
Infinity War does.
Snapping.
Yeah, it does. It does have at least 1. Tyler, what do you got?
Yeah, I had that one also.
Yep, 1 is correct. Yep. So Tyler takes another point lead over Alec. Alec takes a point lead over Chad.
Yeah, Pizza Poppa would like to challenge.
Okay.
Because Pizza Poppa wrote 0, and it might have been a dumb mistake, but Pizza Poppa could have sworn that Infinity War just kind of had the silent credits, and there was nothing after it. But
okay, so we'll take the challenge.
I'm not certain, so we'll see.
All right. So, but you would like the challenge, correct?
Yes, please.
All right, cool. So we'll take the challenge. We'll go check the tape, and I will let you know. All right, we are back from the challenge. We did result the tape. We actually watched it on Disney Plus right here, the four of us. And it does have the Maria Hill, Sam Jackson scene, or Nick Fury scene does happen after the credits have rolled. So we are unfortunately going to not be able to grant Chad any points. And Chad has lost his challenge, but it's okay. It's still a close match, 3-2 to 1. And we are on a different Wi-Fi network, at least on my end. So it should be smooth sailing until the end. Sorry for any choppy bits there. It's always fun to experiment. Moving on to phase 4. Question 4 in the realm of phase 4. In what MCU phase 4 film will you find a villain by the name of Crow, voiced by Bill Skarsgård? And just so people don't confuse it with the bird, it is spelled K-R-O, not Crow.
Oh, I'd watch an MCU movie with a giant evil crow.
Right? I think there's got to be some sort of Don Bluth film like that, right? With like an evil crow. I know Dumbo has crows, but they're not really evil. They're just racist and annoying. Or they are racist stereotypes, which makes it annoying. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I also believe we've shifted spaces, but that's okay. Alec, we'll start with you.
I said the Marvels.
That is incorrect. Tyler, what do you got?
Eternals.
That is correct. And Chad?
I knew when I was writing really long, I was wrong. I said Shang-Chi.
That's okay. It is Eternals, Chad's favorite MCU film. And Tyler takes another point lead as we move on to question 5 in the realm of phase 5. In what MCU phase 5 film will you find the characters by the names of Emperor Droge, Dar-Ben, and Prince Yan? Had to go to like the secondary tier of character names because the lead cast would probably give it away. Alrighty, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we're going to Tyler.
I had to hide my face. The Marvels.
Marvels is correct. And Chad.
Yeah, I also went with the Marvels.
All right. Alec had it last time. Did he have it this time?
I should just not erase it.
There you go. He wrote it. He erased it. He wrote it again. Marvels is correct. Everyone gets it correct. 5 to 3 to 2 is our score as we move on to question 6 in the realm of quotes. In What If Nebula Joins the Nova Corps, who does Nebula warn with the words, quote, Nova Prime will take your liquor license? Who does she say that to? It's one of our more recent additions here to the canon here. Let's see. Maybe more recent. I don't know. Maybe this is season 1 and I'm wrong. This is a Kelsey question.
No, I think it's season 2. I think it is. Yeah.
Still recent.
Or else we're both wrong.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad, what do you got?
I just took a guess. Could it be Pizza Poppa?
It is not Pizza Poppa, unfortunately. Good guess, though. Alec, what do you got?
I put Howard the Duck.
It is Howard the Duck. She's going to take away his liquor license. Tyler, what do you got?
Oh, that was a guess. Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, and it is correct. There you go. Yeah, right. So there we go. Tyler taking a lead now, 6 to 4 to 2. All even numbers as we go into an even numbered question. Nope, sorry, it's not a numbered question. Question 7. Villains. Which of these villains does not appear in Avengers Endgame? Red Skull, Alexander Pierce, Ronan the Accuser, and Ebony Maw. Which of those 4 does not? Kind of gave you a free repeat, but I just need to clarify because it's a different type of question. It's kind of a pre-multiple choice. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Back up to Alec.
Alexander Pierce.
That is incorrect. We're going to Tyler.
Ronan the Accuser.
It is Ronan the Accuser. Chad.
No, that's what I said as well.
All right, so Chad evening up the score a little bit. Tyler goes up to 7, Alex staying at 4, and Chad is now up to 3. It was Ronan the Accuser. A lot of those guys.
May I close out of an application on this dang machine here?
Sure.
Ah, that's what the noise is. Okay.
Yeah, that's for your benefit, okay?
That's
There you
All
go.
the-
it's an
all
MCU
those
villain
orders coming
tampering
in.
with Chad's supply. It's okay. Moving on to question 8 in the realm of Spider-Man, everyone's favorite neighborly friend. Spider-Man No Way Home was nominated for 1 Oscar in which category? This is the stuff that binges do not help with, but at least you can probably narrow it down. It did not get nominated for Best Documentary Short. That's what I always say. So there, I took one of the 23 options off the board for you. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tyler, what do you got?
I don't have visual effects.
That is correct. And Alec?
Ah, man, put special effects.
That's we unfortunately did need the word visual in there. Unfortunately, Chad, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't think these movies, except for Black Panther, normally get nominated for anything. I say best visual effect.
That is correct, and it also did come in the top 5 for best movie moments or whatever that they did that year. But that was a Twitter category, so I didn't count it as an official Oscar category. I'm glad no one challenged there. As we move on to question 9 in the realm of Disney Plus. In Secret Invasion, which member of Talos' family do we learn has passed away? I should say at the start of Secret Invasion. Several
Look for a name or relation.
We will accept either. It's
Okay.
round 1. We'll accept either.
Okay.
If you can pull the name, that's impressive, but we'll give you as long as you can give the relation.
Put the name in brackets.
Sure.
Should that be okay?
As long as you get one of the 2, we'll accept it. I will. I don't know what Kelsey will accept it. She might watch this back and be like, no, but it's okay. It's a round 1. 5, 4. If this were like a 5-pointer, I'd probably make you say the name, but 2, 1, pens down. I believe we are at Tyler again.
I said wife, and I think the name's Soren.
You were correct on both accounts. You're only going to get 1 point, but it is his wife, Soren. Chad, what do you got?
Yeah, wild guess. I said wife.
It is his wife. And Alec?
I also said wife.
He also said wife, so it's still tied up with Chad and Alec at 5, and Tyler has 9, going on the realm and verge of a perfect round as we go into question 10 in actors and actresses. How many MCU projects does Haley Steinfeld appear in? This could be more of a trick question than people think, but I don't know. She's in a lot of Marvel projects, but how many MCU projects? You know what I mean? Unfortunately, until the multiverse takes over, the Spider-Verse films are not eligible. Do not fret. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start with Chad. What do you got?
I wasn't sure if it was an actual trick, so I just said 1 Hawkeye.
That is incorrect. Alec, what do you got?
I also went with the 1.
All right, and now Tyler for the perfect round. What do you got?
2.
It is 2. She also appears at the end of the Marvels when she is recruited by Miss Marvel at the end. The trick was that she is in a lot of Marvel movies, but those Spider-Man films do not count. But Tyler, you did get a perfect 10 here. So you are going to be asked a bonus question here, which you can just speak aloud if you'd like. How many dog tags is Bucky seen wearing throughout the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh, wow.
I'll make you work for it.
Well, it's been a long time. I'm going to go with 2.
4. His and Steve Rogers, that is correct, for 1 more point. So at the end of round 1, we have Tyler sitting at a perfect 11, whereas Chad and Alec each have 5. So we're all within a 5-pointer away from one another, pretty much. We're just a few points back, but it is anyone's game still as we go into round 2, which is the wheel round. How the wheel round will work? Nope, that's round 1. There it is, round 2. Each player will spin the wheel to determine a category. You are allowed a respin, but you must take whatever the wheel lands on if you do spin again. I Am Iron Man is spinner's choice. I Am Inevitable is opponent's choice. There will be 5 questions, and players will have about 15 seconds to speak their answers aloud. Questions are worth 2 points, But if a competitor would like to check down to multiple choice, those will be worth 1 point. The other competitors can steal because this is a triple threat match. They will have their boards ready. So write down those answers if you know them, so we can just show them right away. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times. Chad, you still have 2 repeats left. The other 2 have all 3. And Chad, you do not have your challenge. The other 2 still have their challenge. So Tyler, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Alec?
I'm going to defer.
All right, Alec, would you like to spin or would you like to defer to Chad?
I would like to defer.
All right, so Chad, this is going to be your spin. I'm going to lift up laptop 1 and spin on laptop 2. And we are underway. It might glitch a little bit, but we're getting there. And it's going to land on villains or no? Yep, villains. Villains. It's right on that line. It is going to be villains. Chad, would you like to keep villains or would you like to spin again?
Let me press my luck and spin again, please.
All right, he's going to press his luck and spin again. Here we go. It's a little laggy, but I can see it on my end, and it doesn't really matter because it's going to be villains. It was fate. It was fate. All right, so there we go. It is going to be villains. So your first question, Chad, in the realm of villains. Let me scroll down now since I have to look on my phone. All right, here we go. You ready, Chad?
Yes.
All right. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, who is the only character to receive the truth serum from Sonny Burch?
Trying to remember those names now.
5, 4.
Let me go ahead and get some multiple choice in there, please.
All right. Is it A, Luis, B, Dave, C, Scott Lang, or D, Bill Foster?
Would the answer be Dave?
It would not be Dave, unfortunately. So I'm going to repeat the question with the options for Alec and Tyler for a steal, for a 1 point steal. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, who is the only character to receive the truth serum from Sonny Burch? Is it A, Luis, B, Dave, C, Scott Lang, or D, Bill Foster? Because it's just writing a letter, I'll give you just a quick 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Alec, what do you got?
A.
It is A, Luis, for 1 point. Tyler, what do you got?
I also went with A.
All right, so Tyler and Alec with a 1 point steal. That's okay. As we go into question 2. Question 2 for Chad. In Iron Man 3, what is the first attack in the U.S. that the Mandarin takes credit for?
Oh. Yeah, no multiple choice as well on that one.
Is it A, the attack on Tony's house, B, the attack on the Chinese theater, C, the bombing in Rose Hill, Tennessee, or D, the kidnapping of the president?
Let me go with B.
B as in boy or D as in dog?
B as in boy.
B as in boy is correct. The attack on the Chinese theater for a point. Chad getting a very nice multiple choice poll there. Question 3. In honor of the retrospective, in Captain America the Winter Soldier, who delivers the final and fatal blow to Alexander Pierce?
I believe that would be Nick Fury.
It would be Nick Fury for 2 points. Chad again with a nice pull as we go into question 4. We just watched the ending of it, but I'm glad we didn't watch this part of it. In Avengers Infinity War, what Infinity Stone does Thanos start the film with? Five, 4, 3.
Let me get a repeat on that one, please.
All right, so that is your second repeat. And your question. In Avengers Infinity War, which Infinity Stone does Thanos start the film with?
it the Space Stone?
It is unfortunately not the Space Stone. So I'm going to ask the question. This is not a multiple choice, so this is going to be where the 2 points steal, but you will not get options, Alec and Tyler. I will repeat the question. In Avengers Infinity War, which Infinity Stone does Thanos start the film with? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alec, what do you got?
Power.
Power Stone is correct for 2 points. Tyler.
Yeah, power.
Power is also correct for 2
I'm up for
points.
that one too.
It's okay. Both were in the multiple choice, so that probably wouldn't help you. But moving on to question 5, your final question here in the realm of villains. In Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, what is the name of the dragon being held in the cave who Wenwu believes is his late wife calling out to him?
We get a multiple choice on that.
Yeah, no worries. Is it A, Death Dealer, B, Soul Eater, C, Dweller in Darkness, or D, the Great Protector?
Let me go C.
C, Dweller in Darkness is correct for another 1 point steal. So a pretty good navigation of multiple choice there from Chad. The score is as stands. Tyler has 14, Chad right behind by 5 with 9, and Alec with 8. So still a very tight match here. So Tyler, we go back to you. If you would like to spin now, you are welcome to do so, or you can defer to Alec.
I'll defer.
Defer to Alec. All right, so this is Alec's first spin here. And it looks like it is going to be phase 3. Phase 3. Alec, would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'm going to keep that.
You're going to keep that one. All right. So that is phase 3. All right. Cool. So your first question, Alec, in the realm of phase 3. Are you ready?
He gave a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No worries. In Avengers Endgame, which Avenger turns into an old man and a baby?
Scott Lang.
For 2 points is correct. Question 2. In Spider-Man Far From Home, in what country does Peter first meet Quentin Beck?
I'll do multiple choice on that one.
Is it A, Mexico, B, the US, C, Italy, or D, the Czech Republic?
I'll go Italy.
Italy, for 1 point, is correct. Question 3. In the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel, what does Goose, the Flurkin, vomit?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, the Tesseract, B, Fury's Eye, C, the Happy Days lunchbox, or D, Coulson's security badge?
Nick Fury's eye.
It is unfortunately not Nick Fury's eye. So Chad and Tyler, you will have a chance to steal here for the multiple choice. In the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel, what does Goose, the Flurkin, vomit? A, the Tesseract, B, Fury's eye, C, the Happy Days lunchbox, or D, Coulson's security badge? Looks like you both wrote it down, but I'll still give you a customary 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Tyler, what do you got?
A.
A, the Tesseract is correct for a point. Chad?
I also said A.
You also got that correct. All right. So a very good 1 point steal there. All right. Question 4. In which city's sanctum does Stephen Strange meet his relic, the Cloak of Levitation, in Doctor Strange? Five, 4, 3.
New York.
It is New York. It is the New York Sanctum. A nice 2-point pull there. And now your final question here, Alec, in the realm of Phase 3. At the beginning of Black Panther, in what African country is T'Challa's mission where he reunites with Nakia?
I'm going to do multiple choice on that one.
Is it A, Nigeria, B, Chad, C, Algeria, or D, Ghana?
A.
Nigeria is correct for a point there. It wouldn't have been fun if it was Chad, but that is correct. So now a very interesting round here, because now Alec has taken it within 1 point of Tyler. So the score stands as 15 to 14 to 10. Everyone's still in that realm with one another. All right, this is going to be Tyler's first spin here, and then he can decide if he would like to keep it or spin again. Here we go. And the spin lands on Disney Plus. Tyler, would you like to keep it or spin again?
Let's go ahead and spin again.
All right, so Tyler going to be tempting fate here and spinning again, spinning away from Disney Plus. And we might need to spin it again because that is Alec's Phase 3. So we're going to spin it one more time since I don't have 10 Phase 3 questions on me. I only have the 5. And it looks like it's going to teeter up a little bit to scores and soundtracks. All right, the first question. Also responsible for the music in Miss Marvel and What If, who composed the score for The Marvels?
Just looking at this. Laura Cartman?
Laura Cartman is correct for 2 points. All right, second question. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what Sam Cooke song do Peter and Gamora dance to on Ego's planet?
Let's go multiple choice.
All right, is it A, A Change Is Gonna Come, B, Bring It On Home to Me, C, Cupid, or D, Ease My Troubling Mind?
Do I get to repeat the option, or do I have to use all
Oh, yeah, you'll get a free repeat. Yep, so I won't repeat the question, but I can repeat the options for free.
Yeah,
So
if I get that real quick.
Is it A, A Change Is Gonna Come, B, Bring It On Home to Me, C, Cupid, or D, Ease My Troubling Mind?
B as in boy?
B as in boy, bring it on home to me. He's bringing on another point to his score. That is correct for 1 point as we go on to question 3. Question 3. At the beginning of the final battle, when the Guardians are all back together, what song plays over the long, continuous one-shot of them fighting in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow? B, No Sleep Till Brooklyn by the Beastie Boys? C, We Care a Lot from Faith No More? Or D, Do You Realize by the Flaming Lips?
I'm going to go with B as in boy again.
And B as in boy is correct. The Beastie Boys. No Sleep Till Brooklyn for 1 more point here. All right. Question 4. Which Phase 4 film's score consists of songs like The Apple Orchard, A Cup of Tea, and Trust Your Power?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
That is correct for 2 points. So the score is now 21 to 14 to 10. All right, question 5. What Phase 3 film starts with Dear Mr. Fantasy by Traffic playing over the Marvel intro?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Avengers Endgame, B, Avengers Infinity War, C, Doctor Strange, or D, Thor Ragnarok?
Can I go ahead and get a full repeat?
Full repeat, yep, so that's going to be your first repeat. What Phase 3 film starts with Dear Mr. Fantasy by Traffic playing over the Marvel intro? Is it A, Avengers Endgame, B, Avengers Infinity War, C, Doctor Strange, or D, Thor Ragnarok?
Thor Ragnarok.
That is incorrect. So now for a very interesting situation here, because if Chad hits this, he stays alive here, and Alec will move on to round 3 as well. But for the 1 point steal, what Phase 3 film starts with Dear Mr. Fantasy by Traffic playing over the Marvel intro? Is it A, Avengers Endgame, B, Avengers Infinity War, C, Doctor Strange, or D, Thor Ragnarok? I'll give you the gentleman's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First, we're going to go to Alec.
I went with C.
C for Doctor Strange is incorrect. Chad, what did you get?
I also went C.
C, unfortunately, is incorrect. It's actually Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame, it plays over the opening Marvel intro. So, unfortunately, Chad, that does mean with a score of 21 to 14 to 10, unfortunately, you were 11 points behind Tyler, so you can't get the 10 points needed to be within margin of him. So that is going to be a knockout, but that's okay. You're welcome to stay on here and root along one or both of these competitors. And we go into round 3 here. With a score of Tyler's 21 to Alec's 14 here. As we go on to round 3, here's how round 3 works. Players will choose 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. First question is 2 points, which is mild difficulty. Second question is worth 3 points, which is medium difficulty. Third question is 5 points, which is hard difficulty. The player with the most points at the end will win. Unless it is tied, then a sudden death showdown will occur. You must keep your hands on the screen at all times. Alec, you still have all 3 of your repeats, and Tyler, you have 2. And you both still have a challenge. All right, here we go. Tyler, you are in the lead, so you're going to pick your 3 numbers between 1 and 15 first. What 3 numbers would you like?
I'm going to go with 7, 10, and 15.
7, 10, and 15. All right, let me just write down what those are. All right, Alec, which 3 numbers would you like?
Let me get 2, 4, and 6.
2, 4, 6. All right. So, with a score of 21 to 14, Alec, you will have to hit, I believe, I can't do the math, so we'll see after each question how it works here. But I believe, how far behind? 7 point? 7 point differential? Yeah, so you can still afford to, if you miss this one, we'll still ask another question, is what I'm saying. So, your first question 2, correlates to the category of aliens, androids, and wizards. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Alec, your 2-pointer. In Avengers Infinity War, why does Tony tell Bruce that he's embarrassing him in front of the wizards?
Sorry, I had a hard time here. Let me get a repeat.
Yeah, no worries. So, one of your 3 repeats. So, the question. In Avengers Infinity War, why does Tony tell Bruce that Bruce is embarrassing him in front of the wizards?
Oh, because he can't Hulk out.
He can't Hulk out. That is correct for 2 points. So now the margin is 5. So it is now 21 to 16. As I will ask your 3-pointer, which corresponds to quotes. Quotes. Out. So here's your quotes question. In Ant-Man, who says, quote, "He just kicked your ass full size. You really want to find what it's like when you can't see him coming?" You really want to find out what it's like when you can't see him coming.
Is that Hope?
That is unfortunately not Hope. It is a name that starts with an H-O, though. It is Howard Stark. Howard Stark, who says it to Hank Pym. So it is okay because you still have your 5-pointer here, Alec. If you hit the 5-pointer, you will tie it up with Tyler and force him to answer some questions. If you unfortunately don't get it correct, Tyler will win via TKO. Here we go. So your question 5 corresponds to Captain America. Captain America. All right, here we go. Your 5-pointer, Captain America. What infantry regiment was Bucky Barnes drafted into, which was also the same one Steve Rogers' father fought in? We're looking for the number. And 5,
27.
4. And your winner via TKO and KO, it is Tyler T. Rex Burch. We were looking for the 107th Infantry Regiment. The 107th. A very tough 5-pointer there. But Tyler, I got to go to you first. First match, you knocked out both your opponents. Second match, You knocked out both your opponents. How are you feeling having never answered a round 3 in this league?
I mean, I feel pretty good. Obviously, some of those like those 5-pointers, they're pretty rough. So I'm always like, oh, it's gonna be a coin flip if I get that one, if this goes the way I want it to. So it's been nice, but it's been a lot of fun. I mean, pulling some of that stuff, especially like Disney Plus. You know, I've only really seen most of those only once. So whenever I get like a question from there and I get it right, I'm always a little bit happier about that than if I got like, you know, an Iron Man question right. I've seen that movie millions of times. So, but yeah, no, I feel pretty good. I had a great time.
Yeah, well, congratulations. And you did arguably spin one of the hardest wheel rounds because it is also one that gets spun a lot, which is scores and soundtracks. How do you feel having pulled that? Do you feel like you navigated it the way you would have liked to? Is it something you're going to look forward to studying next time? Or is it something you think now is maybe in your, for lack of a better term, wheelhouse now?
I definitely feel better about it, at least on the scores side. Being able to pull the Marvels one was pretty good because, you know, it's only the one time that person has done one. Well, like movie wise, which is what I normally would study. I mean, songs are always going to be a hit and miss. You never know. Like, it could be a song that you're like, oh, definitely know that one. And then there's other times where you're like, I don't, like the one for Endgame, don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look it up later so I can even try to remember, like jog the memory. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that makes me feel a little bit better about it if I get it in the future.
Well, congratulations. I will ask you at the very end what you think of the next match, but I do have to first give kudos to Alec and Chad. A very tough match. I mean, the semifinals matches are designed to be harder, and Alec, you did take it to the 5-pointer. How do you feel? I mean, last match you came in a very, very close victory in sudden death. This time it didn't quite go your way, Alec, but you still showed that you know your knowledge. How do you feel after this match?
I feel good. I feel like I missed the questions that I didn't know, and I hit the ones that I knew, which is something I aim for. I hate whenever you miss the questions you know. The one I was like I knew was the Tesseract one for with Goose. I knew that, but I overthought it and convinced myself it wasn't that. So, but other than that, I'm pretty comfortable where I was, and just start watching those. Start getting back on my MCU rewatches and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, so we're looking forward to having you hopefully in the future. And as we know, I mean, your teammate, your faction mate, Jake Tato is the champ. How do you feel about his chances now, knowing that Tyler is advancing, knowing we have Joe advancing, and then we have one more advancing in the tournament soon to come? How are you feeling about his chances? Of
I got some notes down for Tyler in this one, so make sure that that Tato's ready for the match, but we'll make sure he's ready. But I mean, he's got a tough, knowing that it's Joe, Tyler, and then a player to be named. That's a heavy hit. Those are a couple heavy hitters, so you know, we'll have them ready though.
Yeah, well, thank you as always, Alec. And then Chad, I got to go to you. I mean, your last win was like one of Kelsey and I's favorite moments, period, because it was so exciting to finally see you, who comes so close every match, finally get your win. This time, it didn't necessarily go for you quite how you wanted it to go, but I mean, you are putting together a faction. You've got a lot of busy things on your plate, or your pie plate, I should say, you know, because you're slinging pizzas all day. But how do you feel? I mean, you managed to put up 10 points in a very tough round against two very tough competitors. How do you feel going into this, or coming out of this one?
Yeah, I mean, going up against these guys, I knew it was going to be a challenge. You know, I've been slinging pizzas all day, every day for a long time. You know, I have a lot of things that I have to study on my plate, a lot of other things that I have to watch. But I do need to get back into the MUCs and try to, you know, get some of these things down, you know, because like when I'm going through the round ones, right, and then I end up with a very low score there, and then in round twos, when I get some of those questions, and I'm just like, I think it might be this, but maybe it's this, and then, you know, it was that, and then I'm like, well, shit, I should have went, you know, with Luis, you know, and stuff like that. And, you know, I kick myself for a lot of the mistakes that I do, but, you know, it is what it is. When you're playing someone like Tyler, you really have to be on your game, because the man got a perfect round. So, you know, you really can't, you know, scoff at that. So, you know, when that's happening, you really got to get a perfect round too.
Right.
And, you know,
yeah, worth noting, the only question he missed was the one that everyone missed, which was the Avengers Endgame music question, the opening credits. So a very good, even though he checked on a multiple choice a few times, it was a very impressive round. How do you feel watching that as a scores and soundtracks kind of like aficionado, Chad? How are you feeling watching his wheel round. Did you know some of the ones he checked down a multiple choice for, like No Sleep Till Brooklyn, or
Yeah.
or were you right there with him? Or
Yeah, and I knew most of those, and I was hoping he would drop at least one, but I mean he did, and then I didn't get that one, but I was hoping he'd drop a couple, but it just didn't happen.
yeah,
I knew I would get the Cartman question as well, but it is what it is.
Well, Chad, what does the future look like for you? Because you said you're going to focus on studying and actually being able to try to get more wins in the future. But you are putting together a faction. You got Brian, the Pizza Time. You just announced a few matches ago. You have Antonio on your side now. Like, what's the future of the Pizza Planet looking like for you right now?
Well, the future of me, like I said, yeah, I do want to study. I do want to get back into it, get some wins. My record's not the best right now. It's a few slices of pizza too short, if you ask me. But the future is looking bright, and I'm feeling generous. I want to invite someone to be a part of the Pizza Planet crew.
Well, Alec is in the secret tunnel, so
no, not Alec.
I
I would love to have Alec, but Alec is unfortunately spoken for. A great guy, of course, but I would like to extend an invitation to Tyler Burch. Before you answer, my sir, I want to tell you why. Basically, you sling pizzas really good. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm slinging pizzas all day, every day, but the quality sometimes isn't so great. And I need some fresh pizzas, some really great quality pizzas, and high quantity pizzas that I know you can sling. So what do you say, Mr. Tyler Burch?
I mean, look at the economy. I could use a part-time job. Slinging pizza seems like fun. Yeah, I think I could do that. I think I could sling some pizzas in my spare time.
The T-Rex is joining the Pizza Planet. So there you go. Big news here as we head into our second match. That's exciting. So Tyler, you look like you have a manager now on your side, fighting in your corner for your finals match. And I wanted to bring it back around to you. You do have to face off Joe in the next round, but you also have to face off in a triple threat against whoever wins this next match coming up between Erick, Zach, and Jeremy Potters. Is there anyone you're thinking might, or you're hoping does or doesn't come out of that match? And what are your thoughts going into this next match, knowing you're going to have to go up against Joe? Joe and Robert, who both put your name out there as someone they want to look at and take down. How does that feel? Any thoughts going into this next match now that you made the final here in the tournament?
I mean, I think there's some good quality ones in the triple threat that hasn't played yet. Haven't really played. I played Jeremy a little bit, but I haven't played like Erick and blanking on who the third person is.
Zach, yeah.
Zach. Yeah. So I haven't played either of them, so I think that'd be interesting. I know Jeremy's really good. I've seen what Erick and Zach can do. They seem like they're pretty good too. So I think it'll be a fun match, depending on who's there. But I mean, obviously, like, it's going to be a slugfest with Joe. We've been circling each other for a while, and I think it'll be really exciting to play against him. Maybe we'll see what those hidden variables. The quotes, well, it's not that hidden, but the Disney Plus. We'll see if that trips one of us up. But I think it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a hell of a final with just the two of us, and then you have that third person in there, and I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to have you in that match, and I guess Chad, you'll be right alongside him, and of course, Alec, you'll be there for Tato as well. So it's really exciting. These guys you'll be seeing a lot of for the next few months as these title matches and tournaments wrap up. But thank you guys for a great match. It was really, really entertaining, really fun to host on my side. I can't wait for Kelsey to see it. And stay tuned, everyone listening, because there's another match coming right around the corner where we have Zach taking on Erick, taking on, of course, Jeremy. So thank you guys so much for watching this one, and stay tuned for the next one. And that's all for now. Thanks. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second match here. Technically, the third match of our semifinal, but the second match in this doubleheader. And this will complete the trifecta that will be competing for the final tournament win. which is very exciting. The last of our 3 semifinal matches. We got Zach, Eric, and Jeremy here, all coming off of big wins to get here. 2 of them are undefeated because they've only played 1 game, but one of them has a perfect even record, 3-3. So it's a really even match, really anyone's game here. Very exciting. And the winner of this will go up against Joe and Tyler for the championship, which is going to be very, very exciting. But without further ado, I have no co-host for this match, so I'm not going to spend time bantering and guessing who's going to win. I'd rather you all just see who's going to win. Let's have this match. Introducing first, with a record of 1 win and 0 defeats, it is Mr. Notable Prick, Erick Ibarra. How's it going, Eric? Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, since I've been here in this channel, I become your best friends by virtue of winning your birthday.
You won
trivia.
my trivia of Dylan's top 10 movies. Yeah, that's right. So you technically are a champ in some regards. Do you think that helps you in terms of just like confidence going into this, or is it just a happy coincidence?
I mean, that's a coincidence because you have incredible taste. So that, and I love every movie you picked. So that kind of helped me there. I got no confidence tonight because I've been very focused on trivia, but not specifically this type of trivia. I've been focusing on horror, wrestling, and every other kind of trivia. I haven't seen an MCU movie since probably January, so that kind of doesn't help. Hopefully, whatever I've seen before stays here, but with 2 players of this caliber, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be
difficult, as it always is with every ongoing round of the tournament. But the good news is, a lot of players in this league kind of just go based on their base knowledge, and that's what makes it so fun and so exciting. So best of luck to you, Eric. We're very excited to have you in this tournament, and congrats for making it this far. All right, introducing next, with a record of 1 win and 0 defeats and 2 knockouts. That's right, he knocked out 2 opponents in 1 single match. It is Big Business, Jeremy Potters. How's it going, Jeremy? Welcome back, Big Business. How you feeling?
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me back. I feel good. I hated that I had to knock out Jay and Poppa last time, but that's how it goes. It was pretty much like Spinner's double opponent's choice. So it worked out. It was very lucky. But also I'm here, I'm here to do business. That's the name, right? I'm here to take care of business. And right. I believe at the end of Eric's match, he decided he wanted to get a piece of me. Well, here it is. Let's go.
Yeah,
sorry for the other guy. You are. Yeah, sure are.
Well, Jeremy, I have to ask, how has your time off, I guess not time off because you guys are still in this tournament, but the time spent, have you been studying? Have you been kind of just relying on that base knowledge and just letting it soak in more? What have you been doing? Or you're welcome to keep it close to the chest if you don't want to share exactly what you've been doing, but how active have you been in your studying, Jeremy?
Well, I play a lot of trivia. So I'll watch a lot of movies, not necessarily MCU. I did watch the Marvels again, but I don't think that's even eligible. Is that eligible here?
It is. Anything 2023 is eligible, so it will be eligible. The only thing that's not eligible is anything 2024, which would be just Echo and
Cool.
What else happened this year? Something else happened recently, right? I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, Zach is like mouthing something. I'm sure he'll tell me.
What is?
Maybe What If Season 2, but technically that was 2023 as well. But we won't go too deep in anything new, I promise you. But welcome back, Jeremy. It's good to have you here, and best of luck. All right, and introducing third. He was in the wings. I mentioned him already. But I'm not going to introduce him because we have a thing here. If you have a manager who wants to rep your person, we're gonna let them rep their person. So we have Mattfisto. Matt, it is your tournament. How's it going, Matt? I almost took it away, but I figured, I won't make the same mistakes as last time. So
Learned
Matt,
your lesson. Yeah.
Mattfisto. Would you like to take the honors away, Matt?
Yeah, I'd like to take the honors. We're very excited here in the Hellfire Club to finally be getting back to this tournament. I'm looking at my calendar and it says 2024. I'm pretty sure you signed a contract at one point that said this was to be done by the end of 2023. But, whatever, I guess, just like everything, Dylan is fixing it for his own amusement. I'm very excited to be able to introduce this next person. I recently made a trip to New Jersey. Dylan, you didn't know about that because obviously.
You wouldn't tell me if you were in Jersey.
No. Zach and I decided we don't need to study. I went there to train him, and we're like, we don't need this. We're going to win regardless. We don't even need to prepare. That's how excited we are. So we went up to Broadway. We heckled Radcliffe while he was performing merrily. We went DTS down the shore. Had a good time. It was just bonding time between two good Hellfire bros. Yeah. So the man I'm going to introduce here today, we all know a lot of things about him. We know that he's the next champion. We know that he is that he is an actor. We know he's a teacher. We know that he's really good at MCU trivia. But there's things you don't know, things he won't tell you. Like, he won't tell you about the time he rented out an entire theater for some orphans to watch Endgame. He won't tell you about the time that he gave a performance so good that people actually could not watch the rest of the play due to the tears in their eyes. They had to get refunds. He won't tell you about the nun at our mother Margaret Carter, just so we're clear, Peggy, defender of the 11 realms, who he restored her faith in her church, in her beliefs. He won't tell you those things because he's humble. But I will tell you those things. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the eradicating educator, the future Tony Award winner, the future and next MCU trivia champion. At 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 knockouts, the Nexus Being, Zach Love.
That was quite an intro. Welcome, Zach. Welcome. You with your Hellfire cup or candle.
I've had this candle next to my face for a long time. So
I'm
going to put it down now.
I can attest to that. Zach, welcome back. How's it going? A great intro, by the way, Mattfisto.
Great intro. I have the best manager around. I may not be JD who cheats by bringing my own manager. It's just myself, not actually another person. But I'm good. Like Matt said, we in our amazing trip, by the way, I showed Matt the ropes of like the best bagels around. I showed him a little bit of like the difference between New York style and New Jersey pizza. He learned it's not so different. Like Matt said, we spend our time on more important things. As Matt once said a long time ago, these are baby movies. They are meant for children. They are stupid baby movies that only children love. So if I can't win this off of base now, good. That's what I say. I say
That's
good.
Right.
I say good.
We'd be embarrassed. To have to study for this.
It's true.
Listen, big business back there. I saw him earlier. He had a Batman cup, and look at that art. Look at it. Classic art in the background. He knows what cinema is. He knows where the good comic books come from. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we're happy to have you back, Zach.
That's true.
Congratulations on making it.
Matt, whoa. Sorry. You also forgot a very important part of my record, which is that I'm the only Harry Potter trivia champion.
That's true.
You did forget that. You forgot that.
I did forget that.
Classic. Not you, Matt. Matt, never you.
Okay.
Never you.
Anyway,
hey,
Zach,
Dylan.
Yeah.
I noticed that you're alone here. Where's Kelsey?
Kelsey could not make it. As I said at the top of the episode, she is taking a bit of a work got in the way, and she's not going to be co-hosting this match, but she is very heavily in the question writing portion, so her presence is still here. She is still with us, so no seances needed today.
We're just going to have to take your word on that then?
We are going to take a word. I could call her up now, but I don't want to.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it's we don't want to bother her if she's actually doing something, Dylan.
Okay.
As an educator, Zach teaches his students to be far more respectful than you know how to be. I just want to say that I hope this is on the up and up. Kelsey is usually the balance. She's an honorary member of the Hellfire Club. And
her contract's in the mail. It's in the mail.
She's an honorary member. If she ever comes back into full playing mode, she's gonna obviously have a spot on our roster. But we're just gonna have to take your word for it. But I'm gonna be watching.
I will let you watch. I will be watching you watching me, Matt. How about that? But why don't we get right into the match? Are very excited for this final match here in this semifinal. So here we go. The rules of round one, how they're going to work. Players will be asked 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. Players will have about 15 seconds to write down their answer. Players will then reveal their written answers and speak them aloud. Each question is worth 1 point. If a competitor gets all 10 questions right, they'll be asked an 11th bonus question. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times, of course, and you will have 3 time heists if you need some time to hear the question again or just for clarity, and 1 Mjolnir if you want to throw a challenge in the ring, which I would not be surprised about because Matt is going to be in the wings when I'm asking questions. If Matt himself would like to throw out a challenge, he can do so in the private chat, and I will bring it up, and Zach and Matt can confirm if they want to use their challenge. So that is how that will work for managers. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go. Okay, we're all a little bit bigger now. Zach, I'll ask you, are you ready?
Yes.
Eric, are you ready?
I forgot to bring my manager. I am in a faction. I forgot to say.
Oh, you are. Oh, do you can reveal at the end who your faction is. I'm very excited to hear that. And Jeremy, are you ready?
It's a hell of an intro. I kind of hope Zach wins now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I was very glad to hear all that because I haven't met Zach, so nice to meet you, Zach.
Guys,
heard
shout
good
out.
things about you.
Shout out to orphans.
Just
Yeah.
shout out to orphans.
Shout out to this match is brought to you in part
This match
by,
is for orphans.
Zach in honor of orphans. So that's who we're given this first question, sponsored by orphans in the category of Phase 1, which is going to be, what is the only Phase 1 film to not feature Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury? He's in 5 out of the 6. Pretty impressive. But which one is he not in here? Just make sure we can see both your hands, Zach.
Sorry,
be that.
I kept them down for that reason.
Yeah. Because of the angle now, it's your hands are up. Will show.
I'm going again.
Okay. He's writing down his answer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're actually going to start with you, Zach.
Iron Man 2.
That is incorrect. Eric.
The Incredible Hulk.
That is correct for 1 point. Jeremy.
The Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk is correct. So Jeremy and Eric taking a 1 point lead, but it's only the second question. So here we go. Only the first question. Sorry. The second question is in the realm of Phase 2. In what U.S. state does Ant-Man take place? You have a 1 in 50 shot. Though I've seen some TikToks, and there might be some people who the 50 would grow a little larger. If you know what I mean. The types of TikToks I'm talking about. Where they'll ask about cities and they'll give like continents. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Eric, what do you got?
I'm going there next week. California.
That is correct. And Jeremy.
California.
That is correct. And Zach.
Hotel California.
That is correct. Yeah, I wasn't sure if anyone would get a little tripped up because they keep saying San Francisco, but I mean, that's pretty common knowledge. It's in California. I don't know. Phase 3. Listen, first few questions. They're going to be a little easier. Phase 3. True or false? In Avengers Endgame, the Avengers travel back in time to the years 2011, 2012, and 2013. So true or false? You don't need to elaborate any further. Great film. 3 hours of film, though. So a 50-50 question could be a little tougher because of the time. Looking for a 4 or 5 letter answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Jeremy. What do you got?
I said false.
That is correct. False is correct. Zach, what do you got?
It's false, baby.
That is correct. And Eric?
Yeah, 2011 didn't sound right. False.
That is correct. 2011 is not right. It's actually 2012, 2013, and 2014. So that was a good catch there. All three of you not falling for the trap as we go into question 4. I almost said Captain 4. Question 4 in Phase 4. In what Phase 4 film will you see the main heroes discovering a unique map made of water at a compound? I wish all maps were water maps. Except for maybe like in the car, like a GPS. That might get a little messy, but
at the compound.
I actually had a water map to guide me here to this very match today. Kelsey sent her to work. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Oh, did someone say? Nope. Okay, Zach, pens down. Zach, what do you got?
I wrote Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
That is incorrect. Eric, what do you got?
There's a lot of water in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so
That
that's
is
what it said.
also incorrect. A lot of water. That was a good, very wet film, but it is not that film. Jeremy, what do you got?
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the
I was
Ten
between
Rings.
those two.
It is this Shang-Chi water map, one of my favorite visual effects in the MCU. So Jeremy taking a 1-point lead now. It's 4-3-2. Very close as we go into question 5 in the realm of, you guessed it, Phase 5. In The Marvels, what do the Kree refer to Carol Danvers as? What do they call her or refer to her as?
I would say I don't think it's as bad as people say it is.
I agree with that.
It's great. It's not like not bad. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it bad.
I actually saw it with one of our competitors here, Zach, and he very much enjoyed it as well.
I loved it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't think
3,
I'm right.
2, 1. That's okay. Eric, what do you got?
It's the Destroyer.
Not correct, unfortunately.
You're
in the ballpark. Jeremy, what do you got?
I said Eradicator.
Eradicator.
Also very close, but that is
close.
actually not the answer. Zach, do you have the other synonym in your thesaurus today?
No, dude, I was on Eric's wavelength.
Oh, you were so close. It is actually the Annihilator. The Annihilator. No perfect say. I love the collection of. It was a beautiful symphony right there. Unfortunately, it is the Annihilator. So no perfect rounds today. But again, last round of the tournament going to be very difficult as we move on to question 6 in the realm of quotes. Kelsey's favorite category. The phrase, quote, "Time will tell how much I love you," can be found written on what MCU item? What item contains that phrase? We're getting a little fun with these quote questions. We got to really dig into the well a little bit longer. Maybe we will engrave this on the MCU trivia belt, depending on who wins.
I don't think this is right, but we'll see.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeremy, what do you got?
I said a watch.
We'll take it. A watch is correct. Zach?
It's Dr. Stephen Strange's watch.
Yeah, we were looking for that, but a watch will count. Eric?
I was worried I overdid it, but I did say Doctor Strange's watch.
Doctor Strange's watch. Yeah, it was a watch. I mean, that shows a display of knowledge. So we are going to. Oh, Matt has thrown in a challenge. Okay.
Oh no!
He says not really. Okay, he psyched us out. He's a challenge and then not really. Matt playing games with me at the chat here. All right. So just to clarify, Zach, Matt, you're not challenging.
No, we're not challenging that. That if I would be, I understand. Okay. Big business.
All right. Question 7 in the realm of villains. Catherine Hahn portrays what MCU villain soon to get her own series? I will not elaborate on that further. But I want to talk. I have something to say, but I will not.
Something happened today.
Listen, I'm not going to give out any hints, but if you want to give hints to anyone, that's fine with me. 5, 4, 3, 2. I put down a finger before I even said 5. Down. Zach, what do you got?
Agatha Harkness.
Agatha Harkness is
and correct. The trailer is phenomenal.
Yes, I actually haven't watched it yet. I was coming home from work and I decided I would check over these questions instead of watching the trailer. But Eric, do you have the answer?
Dr. Octopus. No, I'm kidding. Agatha Harkness.
She is Dr. Octopus in a different film.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Agatha Harkness.
There you go. Very nice. Big questions here for big business and company. As we move on to question 8 in the realm of everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. In Captain America Civil War, who does Peter Parker, as Spider-Man, say, quote, "You have the right to remain silent," to during the climactic airport fight sequence? Who does he say that line to? You have like a 1 in 15 shot? 14? I don't know how many people are there, but maybe it's like 12. Who did he say it to? It's always refreshing when there's a little bit of stumpage. So we want to make it hard enough, you know? Kelsey, I hope you like this question. This was a Dylan question, so I apologize. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I believe we're back to Eric or Jeremy. We'll go Jeremy.
I said Falcon.
It is Falcon. That is correct. Zach, did you have Falcon?
I did have Falcon.
He did have Falcon. Eric, did you have Falcon?
I did have Falcon and Sam Wilson.
He did
Same
have
guy.
Falcon or Sam Wilson. We'll take either. We would have even maybe taken Cap if someone challenged it, but safe to say, at the time being, he was the Falcon, so that is correct. Very close match right here, 7-6 to 5 as we head into the 9th question here in the realm of Disney Plus. Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
In what Disney Plus series will you find a flashback sequence set in 1693 Salem? My mind just doesn't comprehend time in the way that, like, that was a year that existed. Like, it feels so far away.
Disney Plus.
But people will say that about our year. People will be like, 2024, that was a year that happened. And that's crazy to think about. Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Zach, what do you got?
She's my girl, and she's not dead. WandaVision.
WandaVision is correct. I don't know about the rest of that, but Eric, sorry. I read your two names together. Eric.
Yeah. She's just resting. WandaVision.
She's just resting.
Two in on that theory. Jeremy, what do you got?
Yeah, it's comic books. Come on, WandaVision. She's definitely not.
All right, fine. Correct on all accounts.
She's not dead.
Just resting, guys.
You don't see a body. Even if you see a body, I mean, Loki, Gamora. Anyway, question 10 here, as we have a score of 8 to 7 to 6. Couldn't be closer as we go into question 10 in the realm of actors and actresses. And the question is, who plays Eros in Eternals? A lot of character names. Who is Eros and who plays them? That is the question. You don't have to tell me who Eros is, but more like in order to get the answer.
I'll tell you who they are. I'll tell you who they are.
Well, you'll tell us in a sec. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric, what do you got?
It's it. Harry Styles.
It is Mr. Watermelon Sugar himself. Jeremy, what do you got?
Yeah, Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. Styling with 9 points there. Zach.
My wife cried when she saw him.
I can attest to that. I wasn't even there, but I got the text afterward. That is correct. And we have a score now of 9 to 8 to 7. This is what we like to see in a semifinal match, with Jeremy having a slight lead over Eric, having a slight lead over Zach. I will bring Matt back because we are going to start round 2, which is the wheel round. That is round 1. This is round 1. Where's round 2? Nope.
Round 3.
I need to label these. Each player will spin the wheel to determine a category. If you spin and you land on Iron Man, I am Iron Man. It's spinner's choice. I am inevitable. It's opponent's choice. You can spin again if you land on anything else, and you are only allowed 1 respin. So if you respin, that is what you must take. 5 questions. You'll have 15 seconds to speak your answers aloud. The other 2, because this is a triple threat match, the other 2 get your boards ready because you will be able to write down the answer if there is a steal opportunity for either 2 or 1 point. You can check down to multiple choice if you don't feel confident in the full points. You can go down to 1 point and you will get 4 options. I am going to pull up the wheel now as I take away the rules, and I will ask Jeremy, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Eric?
I'll defer.
All right, Eric, would you like to spin or defer to Zach?
I'll defer to Zach.
All right, so
We'll
Zach
spin.
and Mattfisto.
I think we'll spin.
Hey, real quick though, Dylan.
Yeah.
Are you doing drugs? Disney Plus, Erica, the whole placard thing.
I have a career at stake. I will not confirm nor deny. So we'll spin this wheel first.
Listen, performing
You could just
hands-enhancing
deny.
drugs are supposed to make you better at doing your job.
Yeah, you would think. All right. All right, Disney Plus is going to be Disney Plus. I said it right that time. Is going to be the first spin. Zach and Matt, you can defer amongst yourselves.
All right,
Matt, I think I'm gonna take it because
Take it?
I was so close to scores and soundtracks, and if I get that, I'm super screwed.
Listen, you're being humble because we all know that any of these wheel spins you would excel at.
You're right. You're right. I know, but I think I'm going to take it because I think even I'm knocking on wood. I think with a multiple choice going down, I think I could probably get most of them correct. So I'm
I
gonna
think
risk it
it's-
for the biscuit.
I think it's a good idea. I think that we talked about this. You're excellent at this category,
True.
as you are with all of them. Give him Hellfire, man.
Listen,
right.
if Dylan writes like he says Disney Plus, I think we'll be okay.
Well, I hate to bring it to you. This might have been a Kelsey category, but we
That's
collaborate on
so
everything.
bad.
I edit her. She edits mine. Oop. Oh my God, I just got Sharpie on my brand new shirt from Target. All right, question 1, Zach, in the realm of Disney Plus for 2 points here. According to Moon Knight, what tragic event in Mark Spector's adult life caused his childhood alter ego, Stephen Grant, to return?
What caused it to return, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Not to manifest for the first time, to return. The death of his mother. The death of his mother.
That is correct for 2 points. Yes. I think you're
I
overthinking.
just didn't want to overthink it.
Okay. Question 2. In WandaVision, what is the name of the director of S.W.O.R.D. who took over while Monica Rambeau was blipped?
Oh, I'm so mad. You need a first and last name, right?
For this one, yes.
I'm mad because I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm going to multiple choice. I'm going to know it the minute I hear it.
Is it A, Harold Proctor, B, Philip Jones, C, Tyler Hayward, or D, John Collins?
It's C, Tyler Hayward.
It is for a point, correct. And
I wouldn't have said his last name right, so that's why I did that.
Question 3. In The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what eastern U.S. city does Sam and Bucky travel to talk to Isaiah Bradley about the super soldier serum?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Philadelphia, B, Baltimore, C, Boston, or D, Newark?
A time heist on those?
Yep. So that is going to be. Do you want the options for free, or do you want the full question?
The options for free.
The options for free. You got it. So this will not be one of your time heists. Is it A, Philadelphia, B, Baltimore, C, Boston, or D, Newark?
I think it's B, Baltimore.
It is B, Baltimore for a point. Good navigation of multiple choice there. The home city nearby of our trivia competitors, Chad and Carrie. Shout out. All right. Question 4. At the end of Werewolf by Night, what do Jack Russell and Ted decide to eat for dinner?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, breakfast, B, burgers, C, sushi, or D, Italian?
Oh, this is the one that I really don't know, I don't think. A repeat of the options for free, please.
Actually, you only get one free repeat of the options, so this will have to be a time.
Yeah, all right. It's
Would you like a time heist?
Yeah, you might as well.
All right, so a full question and answer time heist here. At the end of Werewolf by Night, what do Jack Russell and Ted decide to eat for dinner? A, breakfast, B, burgers, C, sushi, or D, Italian?
I'm going to say A, breakfast. I think that's wrong, though.
Breakfast for dinner is incorrect. So I'm going to repeat the question and the options for Eric and Jeremy to get a 1-point steal. You check down a multiple choice. Smart, because now you're only giving up a point if they steal it. So the question and the multiple choice options. At the end of Werewolf by Night, what do Jack Russell and Ted decide to eat for dinner? Is it A, breakfast, B, burgers, C, sushi, or D, Italian? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric, what do you got?
I said D.
D as in dog, Italian is incorrect. Jeremy, what do you got?
It's sushi.
It is sushi for a
I'm
point.
so mad at myself.
Sushi at the end of that. All right. Here we go. Zach, in your final question here. In What If Season 2, which MCU villain takes over Avengers Tower during their Christmas party?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Killmonger, B, Justin Hammer, C, Obadiah Stane, or D, Loki?
Justin Hammer?
It is Justin Hammer for a point. Navigating multiple choice very well there. A very impressive, very difficult, but very impressive navigation there for Zach for Disney Plus, which takes his total up to 12 to Jeremy's 10 to Erick's 8. So still pretty close as we go into Jeremy, if you would like to spin or still defer to Erick here, Jeremy.
I'll let Erick go.
All right, so Erick, this is going to be your first spin here. And it's right on the border. What's it going to be? Villains. Erick, would you like to keep villains or spin again?
Could do worse, but I'll spin again.
All right. Erick said there's enough villains in this match. Sorry, not villains, heels, I should say. All right. And it might have worked out for you. Okay, not but it is going to be actors and actresses, Erick. So actors and actresses. I almost said Erickses. That's fine.
Actors and Eric.
Actors and Erickses.
There's got to be a couple, right?
There's going to be 5 questions and actors and actresses. Erick, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. In how many MCU films does Lupita Nyong'o appear as Nakia? Two is correct. She does not appear at the end of Endgame with T'Challa and Ramonda as much as people think she might. 2 is correct for 2 points, tying Jeremy at 10. All right, question 2. Who plays Cassie Lang in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
Catherine Newton.
Catherine Newton is also correct for 2 points, now tying Zach for 12. 3 questions left here in the category of actors and actresses. Performances by Jeremy Renner, Tilda Swinton, and Don Cheadle can be found in what Phase 3 film?
Avengers Endgame.
That is correct for 2 points. Question 4 in actors and actresses. Known for her award-winning work in the limited series I May Destroy You, who plays Aneka, the Dora Milaje who wears the Midnight Angel suit alongside Okoye in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever?
Michaela Cole.
Michaela Cole is correct for 2 points, taking your lead to 16 as we go on to the 5th and final question here in actors and actresses. In how many MCU projects does Brie Larson appear as Carol Danvers?
MCU projects, you said.
Yes.
Multiple choice just to be safe, because I have an idea, but I don't want to risk it.
Is it A, 4, B, 5, C, 6, and D, 7?
Let's say 5.
That is incorrect. So I'm going to repeat the question with the options for Jeremy and Zach here. In how many MCU projects does Brie Larson appear as Carol Danvers? Is it A4, B5, C6, or D7? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Zach. And what do you got?
C.
C6 is correct for a point steal. Jeremy, what do you got?
Yeah, I said 6.
Yeah.
Also correct.
As soon as I said, I just realized I forgot Shang-Chi.
Yep. So Shang-Chi, 2 Captain Marvels, Avengers Endgame, the Marvels is part of it. Miss Marvel, because she's in the post-credits of that, and of course, What If. So those are the 6 there. So Erick, a very impressive round here, taking your lead all the way up to 16, to Zach's 13, to Jeremy's 11. Jeremy still has yet to go, but a very impressive round there for actors and actresses, Erick. Nothing to hang your head low about. Here we go, Jeremy. This is going to be your first spin here for Big Business. Let's see if it can get around the Iron Man. It cannot. It is going to stop here at phases 4 and 5. Jeremy, would you like to keep it or would you like to spin again?
Oh, let's spin it again.
Spin it again. All right. Tempting fate with this one. This is going to determine what he's going to pick. It might be the same one, or is it going to stop short at Aliens, Androids, and Wizards? It will stop short at Aliens, Androids, and Wizards. So, your questions here. Are you ready, Jeremy? There you go. Your questions in Aliens, Androids, and Wizards. Question 1. What is the name of the crime syndicate run by Yondu Udonta that was hired to kidnap Peter Quill from Earth?
The Ravagers.
That's correct for 2 points. The Ravagers. All right. Question 2. What did Eitri, the dwarf who resides in Nidavellir, make for Thanos before smelting his hands in metal?
The Infinity Gauntlet.
He did make the Infinity Gauntlet for 2 points. Question 3. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, who is the Sorcerer Supreme on Earth 838?
Carl Mordo.
That is the correct Earth, and that is the correct Sorcerer Supreme for 2 points. Very impressive there. Question 4. In Spider-Man No Way Home, who is able to use Stephen's sling ring after Peter takes it from him and traps him? After Peter takes it from Doctor Strange and traps him in the mirror dimension.
What's his name? He's totally blanking his name.
5, 4.
Multiple choice. I
Right.
can't. I don't know. It's gone.
Is it A, Peter 3, B, Ned Leeds, C, MJ, or D, Flash Thompson?
Ned Leeds.
That is correct for 1 point there.
Jesus.
As we go on to, no worries, go on to question 5 here. In Avengers Endgame, during the time heist, who goes to Morag with Nebula to retrieve the Power Stone?
War Machine.
War Machine is correct. We would have also accepted James Rhodes for 2 points, taking Jeremy's total now to 20, to Eric's 16, to Zach's 13. Everyone's making the final round. Very exciting. No knockouts here today. Very exciting. Very close match. Before we get into round 3, Matt, I'll let you come in and just say if you want to say anything to Zach before we head into round 3.
You notice how one of the questions that tripped you up was a food question. You know that Dylan loves food, like that's his thing. Like he was definitely,
You're right.
He was definitely messing with you there.
You're correct.
And the balance there. Come on, man. You did incredibly well for questions that were pretty hard, and I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
If I had been Eric's manager, I would have challenged one of those for him. I'll tell him about it later. Well,
all right. Well, okay. Good to
you're
know.
doing great.
Happy to hear it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're
man.
Doing great. You're doing
Trying.
great. Keep focused. You're gonna get this in the end. Just come on, man. Give him Hellfire.
All right. So I'll bring Matt in just a sec when Zach has to pick the numbers, but we are going to explain the rules for anyone listening for the first time who for somehow skipped over the very first half of this video. Rules, since this is the second match in that video. Rules of round 3. Players will choose 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. The first question will be worth 2 points, which is mild difficulty. The second question will be worth 3 points, which is medium. And the third question will be worth 5 points, which is hard difficulty. The player with the most points at the end will win unless it's tied. Then a sudden death showdown will occur. You must all keep your hands on screen. Zach, you're down to 2 time heists. Eric and Jeremy still have all 3. So I will bring on Matt because Zach will have to pick numbers in just a second. I don't know if you guys want to confer on that. But first, Jeremy, I'm going to ask you for your 3 numbers from 1 to 15 first.
3, 11, and 7.
3, 11, and 7. All right, Eric, what are your 3 numbers going to be?
10, 5, and 15.
10, 5, and 15. And Zach, what are your numbers going to be? Do you want to confer with Matt?
Matt, do we think there's a thing to this?
He's got a Zach list no matter which one we pick. But
It's true.
once we pick, my favorite number is 13. I'm going to send the other ones to you mentally, and you're going to know what they are.
Yeah. Okay. So Dylan, we're gonna pick 13.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite number is 9.
Okay.
And you guys, my birthday is July 2nd, so 2.
2. All right. So 13, 9.
Happy birthday.
and-
It was
Happy
recent.
Those are the exact
belated
numbers I sent
birthday,
to him. So
Exactly. It's true.
Okay. So 13, 9, and 2 there. Oh, perfect. All right. So here we go. Zach, you'll be first up. Oh, sorry. I'll pull Matt out here. Zach, you'll be first with your 2-pointer in the category 13, which corresponds to Thor. Thor. Zach, are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Played by Idris Elba, what is the name of the guardian of the Bifrost?
Heimdall.
All right. Thank you for waiting for me to finish.
Sorry.
No. I did get the question out. Don't worry.
Sometimes you
did.
gotta do it.
It's okay. We kind of did it at the same time. It was great. That is correct for 2 points. We're going to stick with you, though, because you are still in third right now with 15. If you get this right, we'll head to Eric now to answer some questions. But your question in the realm of category 9, which is your 3-pointer in Iron Man. Iron Man. So here is your 3-pointer in Iron Man. How many months was Tony Stark in captivity for in Iron Man?
Tony Stark built this in a cave. I'm trying to think if he says it in that. The box of scraps.
Context. Love it.
Is it?
I'll give you 5.
5 months?
4, 3. That is incorrect. We're looking for 3 months. It's only 3 months that he is in that cave for. It's okay, though. We are going to stick with you now for your category 2, for your 5-pointer here, which will still send it back to Eric if you get it and prevent a TKO for the other 2. But your category 2 will be in the realm of everyone's favorite scores and soundtracks. Scores and soundtracks. All right. What song does Nick Fury sing to Carol Danvers at the end of Captain Marvel?
Dude, I don't know. It's a 90s song. I know that's probably true. What's a 90s song? Vacation. I don't know. That's it.
It's okay. You gave it a valiant effort today, Zachary, but it is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for Please, Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes. Please, Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes. But Zach made it all the way to your 5-pointer. Nothing to hang your head low about. But Eric and Jeremy will get the TKOs for that. But we still have a match alive right now as we head to Eric now, who will have to hit a few questions to send it to Jeremy now. So, Eric, your category 10 corresponds to Disney Plus, your 2-pointer in the realm of Disney Plus. Are you ready, Eric?
Congrats, Jeremy. You're getting 2 TKOs again. But you should.
For sure.
It's a 2-pointer. Here we go. In Moon Knight, what is the name of the god that Mark Spector is the avatar for?
Shit. Khonshu?
Khonshu is correct, and there he went saying he wasn't going to get it. It's a 2-pointer. Those are usually some freebies for you guys.
Yeah, but it's been a while.
So, Eric, you're still down by 2, so you will have to hit this 3-pointer to send it back to Jeremy. Of course, if you miss it, you can still hit your 5 as well. But your 3-pointer is going to be in the category of category 5, which corresponds to Phase 1. Phase 1, your 3-pointer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. In The Incredible Hulk, what U.S. state is Culver University, the school where Betty Ross teaches, in?
I don't know, Massachusetts.
That is incorrect. So you're thinking the right coast, but it is unfortunately Virginia. Yeah. Virginia is where Culver University is. And
I was going to say this about state questions. Like, as a person not living currently in the U.S., like, it's kind of hard for me.
I'm so sorry about that.
But at least I knew it was the East Coast.
Farrelly said the same thing as well, sitting across the pond there. But we are going to stick with you though, Eric. You will be able to avoid another TKO if you can hit this 5-pointer here in the category 15, which corresponds to villains, which I believe you spun away from. So let's see if it comes back in your favor here. And your 5-pointer in villains. What is the name of Red Skull's bomber plane, which Steve Rogers has to land in the ocean at the end of Captain America, the First Avenger? Zach's face. Thanks, Zach. I didn't write this one.
That's not.
I mean, they are 5-pointers for a reason.
It's okay.
Like, unless it's really easy, because I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while. And they mention it a lot too.
5.
Repeat the question.
All right, that's your first repeat. And the question in villains. What is the name of Red Skull's bomber plane, which Steve Rogers has to land in the ocean at the end of Captain America, the First Avenger?
sense. I'll say the Valkyria. Sure.
What was that? The what?
The Valkyria, I said.
Can you spell that? Sorry.
Valkyria, like pretty much like the character that Tessa Thompson plays. Valkyi. Yeah.
That is correct. The Valkyrie or the Valkyrie. Yeah, that is correct.
That was a crazy pull.
Okay. Okay, that's I knew it was Nordic because they went.
Because it's spelled the Valkyrie, but it's pronounced the Valkyrie. So, like, I'm very impressed. That is a 5-point pull
That's
for Erick.
crazy.
Hitting a 5-pointer, sending it back to Jeremy, avoiding another TKO.
Shout out to
Jeremy
Joe Johnson.
will still
Hopefully,
get
it's not an
TKO,
answer later.
Jeremy will not be getting 2 KOs this time, but we're going to send it back now. Erick, you were up by 3, which means Jeremy will at least have to hit his 3 or 5, or he could hit his 2 and 3 or 2 and 5, whatever. But Jeremy, you're gonna have to answer some questions here. Something you haven't done you haven't done in round 3 in this league. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Your first question in the realm of 3 corresponds with phase 3. So your question, Jeremy, 2-pointer in phase 3. What is the name of the celestial being that is Peter Quill's father in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Ego.
I was going to say, they're 2-pointers for a reason. That is correct. So now we are in an interesting predicament. Jeremy, you're down by 1 point. If you get a question right, you win the match. If you don't, Erick will win the match. So Erick's up by 1 as we go into question 11, category 11, which corresponds to actors and actresses for 3-pointer. Actors and actresses for 3-pointer. Who voices Pip, the troll traveling with Star Fox in the post-credit scene of Eternals?
Good game, guys. Patton Oswalt.
And your winner, and advancing to the finals of the tournament, Mr. Big Business, Jeremy Potters. Patton Oswalt is correct. We asked about Harry Styles earlier. It was a coincidence that we just had.
Yeah, we got both of them. Yeah.
Patton Oswalt. That's how it works out. They're all in the dock. You spun that, or you chose that category. A very, very close match, though. I'm just going to put the points in here. 25 to 23 to 15. A very impressive match. I'll bring Matt into. First off, Jeremy, congratulations. A very, very, very well fought match. How do you feel? I mean, you had a big lead, but you had to answer some questions at the end. Erick, on you. How do you feel?
I feel good. That was Erick has 2 great pulls: the Valkyrie pull, and then the actress, the other Dora Milaje actress, like
Michaela Cole,
for 2 points. That's tough. Never would have pulled that.
Yeah.
Did not know.
Yeah, I May Destroy You actually helped. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Right. Fair. But no, it's great. That's a lot of fun. I love this stuff. I know these guys obviously love this stuff. And it's just a treat to play. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and how do you feel now that you're going to be in the tournament final against Tyler Burch, who had a perfect match, now 2 matches in a row. Didn't miss a question. He just missed a few steals, I believe. But then Joe, who went up against Robert Kastner in a toe-to-toe fight with also Antonio Chavez, came out of that one. You're going up against Joe and Tyler, 2 heavy hitters that a lot of people have been calling out, but you get to face off against them. How do you feel going up against those 2 specifically now?
I feel like I got nothing to lose. Like both of those guys, the expectations that people would have for them and that they probably have for themselves are much higher than for me or for myself. So I'm playing with house money now. Like I get to go in and just, I mean, if nothing else, talk a little trash and just stir some stuff up. You know what I mean?
That's big business for you, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you for always putting on a great show, Jeremy, and congratulations. It's really awesome. Great match. We're excited to see you in that next round. I'm going to go over to Zach next because, Zach, you were the first one out of the match, but you did hang in there. I mean, it's for someone who said he didn't study, someone who, has had a very busy few weeks. You literally had your birthday party yesterday. It was freaking dope. But how do you feel? I mean, you made it all the way to round 3, made it to your 5. It was a tough match. You had a tough wheel round, as did everyone, but it was a tough wheel round for you. But you navigated really well with the multiple choice in Disney Plus, which is arguably the widest category on the board. How do you feel?
I'm okay. A couple blunders. Getting the first question wrong right off the bat is always a toughie, and that is just because I didn't think that I thought that Samuel L. Jackson was in the post-credit scene of The Incredible Hulk, and then immediately remembered that it is actually Robert Downey Jr. Listen, Jeremy and Erick, two amazing competitors. I mean, it's no small feat to go up against either of them. To lose to both of them is a badge of honor. I wear it with pride. Jeremy's going to be the next winner of the championship, so I'm not worried about that. And I can't wait to find out what Matt would have challenged for Erick, because Eric's probably got some of the best pulls in the entire league that I've ever seen.
Well, let me turn it over to your manager real quick. Matt, how do you feel about your competitor's prowess today? He clearly came in knowing some really core base knowledge. It was really impressive to see. How do you feel now at this outcome of this match? It might not have been the way you wanted it to go, but do you have any words for your protege?
Zach, you were great. The ones that you missed. I mean, it's hard when the deck is stacked against you the way that it always is.
So true.
We try to humor him. We try to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he just is out to get you all the time. It's just fine. Listen, Erick and Jeremy did great. You guys were awesome. Nothing could take away from that. I just wish that it had been a little fairer in Zach's favor. I mean, I tried to mentally give you the numbers so that he wouldn't know which ones you were going to choose, but he somehow managed to do that anyway. It's fine. It's whatever. I wouldn't worry about him too much. But you did an incredible job, and
we'll be back.
Yeah, well, we're going to be back. I'm proud. Listen, I am so proud to be your manager. We're gonna go. Maybe we're gonna hit the gym this time. I don't know. Maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll go make fun of Nicole Scherzinger in
thank God.
It's Sunset Boulevard or
someone's
something.
Got to.
But if we can find time in between those things, we'll go and hit the gym, and then we'll get back in here.
Matt, I have to ask a question. I have to ask a question, because you've been riding with this Hellfire Club. It's been pretty successful. You guys have got a good tournament run. You guys have won some matches. But it has just been kind of the two of you. You know, Kelsey's your honorary member, but she doesn't really compete anymore. Plus, she did write the sushi question. So as much as you want to put it on me, I mean, it was Kelsey who kind of sank at least that part of the ship. But I do want to ask, are there plans to expand a little bit? Is there some real estate to fill? Are there condos up for rent in the Hellfire Club? Or are you riding just with your ride or die here, Matt or Zach, either one of you? How you feeling about the prospects of the Hellfire Club, especially seeing Pizza Planet's growing a little bit, the Secret Tunnel's growing a little bit? How are you feeling?
Listen, I don't appreciate the way you threw Kelsey under the bus, trying to pretend like that was her question. We all know food questions are Dylan's. But we can move past that. Hellfire Club is it may look like just the two of us, but we're not alone. We're not the only members of the Hellfire Club. I just haven't told you about it because
he doesn't want bias.
You down. He doesn't want bias. Goal. Yeah, exactly. I don't want you to go after them before they're even a part of my team. Like, come on. Yes.
All right. Yeah.
We have people already in the wings. It's gonna happen.
Great. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Let the Valkyrie speak, Dylan.
I was about to say,
this isn't the Dylan show.
I was going to go to Erick last. Listen, I was going to go to Erick last because Erick, despite not winning this match, I would say most people would probably say you had the biggest pull of the night with the 5-pointer. 5-pointers very rarely hit in this league. How do you feel having pulled the Valkyrie? And also, you did tease earlier, you might have signed. Your free agency may be up. You may have signed with a faction. Do you want to tell us about that, Erick?
Yeah, first of all, like the Valkyria thing is like total pull out of my ass. Like I got no reason to know that. Like I love the movie, but I haven't seen it in a couple years. I remember being in Nordic because they go to Denmark or Norway at the beginning. So I kind of the Nazis were very inspired by that kind of stuff. So it kind of makes sense. I almost said Valhalla, so I almost screwed myself up there. That's something with Valkyrie, Valhalla. I'm glad I went. Just not to lose by TKO is nice, especially with not having studied nothing at all. I'm very happy also to have got actors and actresses because it's for every normal movie trivia player, that's kind of our bread and butter. We know that stuff pretty well. Jeremy can attest to that. I'm also really glad to lose against Jeremy because I don't even remember what I said that pissed you off, Jeremy. I'm sorry. Like, I was mostly rooting for Jay because that's probably the issue there, that he had just written for 100 question battle royal. So I thought Jay had the edge on you. That's why I probably picked Jay on that. But it's always a pleasure to lose against Jeremy. He's the best. If he goes to win the title, I will be even more blessed because I get to lose to the champion. So that would be fantastic for me. But on the other hand, I kind of have to root for Tyler Burch because he's part of the faction I am involved now, which is Pizza Planet with Pizza Poppa Chat Webb. They signed me a while ago. To be honest, I did tell him to come up to the match when it was scheduled a while back, like the week before this. And I forgot to tell him it was going to be today, so that's why he's not here.
Well, there you go. Big news, hot off the presses. Last match, Tyler Burch signed with Pizza Poppa Pizza Planet, and now he's got another one, Eric. So he's got a captain of a few: Antonio, Brian, Eric, and Tyler. That's a faction of 5. That's the max. So that's very exciting. So Chad teased there might be another member, and there we go. Erick Ibarra joining that faction. Well, Eric, you did a hell of a match, and as we've seen just in other places, we know you're a hell of a trivia competitor. We hope to see you again very soon in the ring, and now with your new faction. But Jeremy, I got to ask you one last question. You are still a free agent. Are you planning on maybe entertaining any factions, or are you liking the road you're traveling down in your solo ride here?
Right.
And any last thoughts headed in this final?
Jeremy, don't feel pressured to say Hellfire because you are walking into the championship match, and we don't want the deck stacked against you. You deserve to win if you get there. So don't let him know.
Say, I appreciate the food questions though, so I don't think that's going to bother me. Like if Dylan's stacking it that way, I'm cool with it. But no, I'll just like any other day of my life, I will entertain anything. So I've talked to one person before, but I was like, I've only had one match. Let me get in, let me get a feel, and then we'll go from there.
All right, love it. So there you go.
That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, we'll see.
So we got the Hellfire Club over here, up to recruits. Jeremy, his DMs are open. Eric, he's off the market, and we have Secret Tunnel lurking there with the belt here with Jake Tato and Stacy now holding the tunnel there in Secret Tunnel. So very exciting as we head into the finals of this championship. But thank you guys so much for watching this match. Kelsey will be back for the tournament final. I promise you. Joe versus Tyler. First big business here, Jeremy Potter's is going to be a hell of a match if I've ever seen one, and I'm sure everyone will be watching, anticipating in the wings. But otherwise, thank you guys so much. Before I go, Matt, what do you have challenged for Eric?
I was going to tell you guys after, but I can tell you
like
now.
After off air. No, it's okay.
Tell us now.
We'll let the comments speculate. Why don't we? And then we'll see if Eric wants to retroactively maybe alter a rematch at some point with one of these gentlemen. But it is getting late, and we have to head out. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you soon, very soon, for the tournament final. Thanks for watching.